I've seen some weird shit in my life. Let's not kid ourselves. Video games have some weird ass stuff in them that can seriously scar children for life. And some of it is expected, like when I played those deep, secret, hidden Japanese games with flying potato monsters or naked men shooting rockets out of their middle fingers. But I live in America, damn it, and our sense of weird is a lot more, well, sexual. And no game better represents our weirdest fetishes as a country more than Saints Row 4. The game that lets you wield a candy cane dildo or have sex with almost every single member of your spaceship crew. And Enter the Dominatrix is a series of missions in the game where you have to fight, I guess she's an dominating sex figure. I don't really know how else to describe her, but she's kinda like if Pamela Anderson tied you up and started whipping and licking you. Weird, but oddly arousing. The first couple missions in the sequence aren't anything special. It introduces you to how weird she is, but it's nothing too special. Then you get the mission called At the Races, and shit gets weird. You start off by entering the sex club since you find out that this is the Dominatrix base of operations. Your job? Using your telekinesis powers to throw sex slaves back into their cages hanging from the roof. Not weird enough for you? The sex slaves are furries. Still not weird enough? You're dressed as some bondage porn star wielding a giant floppy dildo as a weapon. Still not weird enough for you? Then you, my friend, belong in the book 50 Shades of Grey, because you are way too comfortable with this freaky stuff. No judgment if you are, though, of course. Anyway, once you finish locking the furries back up into their cages, you have to, air quotes, service the clients. Which turns out to be Zemos, who, for all you Saints Row noobs, is the lame gangster version of T-Pain. Mainly because he has an auto-tune voice. Whatever.
I didn't know you were here.
What? No way, not gonna happen.
After the characters have a conversation about incest and awkward BJs and stuff, you return to Dom the Dom. Turns out your next mission is to kill a bunch of chariot racers, because there's some sort of race coming up. You know you're on the freaky mission when the weirdest thing you're doing is not the part where you kill a bunch of sexual chariot racers. In fact, that's probably the most normal thing you do. So let's take a breather and recap. We've locked up furries, almost had sex with a close friend, and killed some sex slave chariot racers. Naturally, after all this, we'd be pretty pissed. So we end up killing Dom, the man that's responsible for making us do all these activities. And let me tell you, it is one dildo-infested sex slave furry-ass fight. And I don't mean furry-ass like a hairy butt, I mean like with furries. Never mind. So, bam. Dom is dead now. The crazy freakazoid that pretty much runs this place. Mission's over, right? No. Now you gotta do a chariot race. And no, you are not the driver. These sex slaves are. You're the dude sitting in the back with a rocket launcher killing every other competitor. You know, just like how the ancient Romans did it back during the Olympics. As weird as this is, I want to take some time out to look at this from the perspective of the chariot pullers. These men were voluntarily forced to be submissive sex slaves for Dominatrix, and were tasked with pulling rich men around, only to meet their fate at the hands of a rocket launcher. Now if that isn't a true American hero, then I don't know what is. And that's it. Mission complete after that. For some reason, you had to do all of this to get the attention of the Dominatrix. You know, to be completely honest with you, most of the story went right over my head. I was more entranced by the stuff that consumed my television screen. But no, I'm not upset or angry. I'm amazed. This game is what America is all about. We don't do tentacle porn or weirdly sexual anime with underage looking girls. We go big. Like bondage big with giant dildos and chariots. America.